So I've been messing around with colors for the bureau. So and then so the finishing process will be to sand it to 180 and then wipe it down, pre-raise the grain by wetting it then and then sanding off the fuzzies. Then we're going to dye it, and so I've got some aniline dye here from Lockwood, and it's a water-based, and this is a color on this side, which is a little redder, and my wife doesn't care for it as much. And this side here is a little browner. They're very close, but this is definitely has more brown in it than that. So what you see on here is it's this English brown mahogany color from Lockwood, and I hand applied the dye, and then once it was dry, then I rubbed it out with the Scotch Guard pads. Not this one, this is a gray, but I rub it out with a white one. Then once it's been rubbed out, this has 2 coats of shellac sprayed on it, 2-pound cut of blonde shellac. So that's what the finish is going to be. Well, yesterday I got busy and started to finish the bureau. And what I had done is sanded to 180 and then wiped it down with warm water, which raised the grain. And then I rubbed that out with a gray Scotch pad and got it nice and smooth. Then I sprayed a 1/2-pound cut of shellac on the whole piece as a stain blocker, and then rubbed that out. And then I was ready to apply the dye. I applied the dye by hand, which was a water-based dye, and was able to rub it out with a damp rag on the dark spots, so that I was able to even it out a bit. And then I sprayed a 1/2-pound cut of, a 2-pound cut of shellac. So we got one coat on. Now I'll sand that off, sand the dust nubs off, and add another coat and another coat, etc., etc. So there's the case. The drawers are over here, and we'll zoom in on the big one. So it came out pretty good. The color is a reddish brown or chocolate color. We got the door down here. So some more finishing to do in the next couple of days. Well, after spraying 5 coats of 2-pound cut shellac on the surface, I'm now sanding it with a 600 grit wet or dry sandpaper, and I'm using mineral spirits there as a liquid to cut the surface with. So after it's sanded off and nice and smooth, I'll wipe it off, and then we'll get ready for steel wool and wax. Here I'm using 4/0 steel wool. After dipping it in the finishing wax, I'm using a Minwax Special Dark, which should work well on this particular color. Well, there you have it. It's all rubbed out and the hardware remounted, and other than a little dusting, I think we're done.